We were two very broken people. We didn't know how to have a healthy relationship with each other, let alone our children. I was desperate. I had lived through years of depression and anxiety cycles. We were very alpha, male and female, firstborns, so it was constant bickering, struggling against each other, wanting to win, each of us wanting to win in competition with each other, not really seeking to connect or being for each other. So there was a lot of strife, a lot of disconnection, and about the 8-year mark, we had a large fight. He had gone to work the next morning. I woke up, was standing in my kitchen, and just thought, you know, Lord, I'm done. You know, you reach a point of desperation where I could not see the vision that the Lord had for JT and I anymore. I couldn't see ahead.
You know, when our marriage was going through a difficult time, I'm not even sure I was fully engaged with where I was emotionally because I was so focused on my career. I had an MBA and a law degree. I was defending doctors that got sued for malpractice. I thought that I was doing what was right. I was providing for my family. I was making a way. I was a good father. I was there at home. I made a priority to make it to my kids' things, but I was missing something that I didn't know what I was missing because I'd never truly encountered the Holy Spirit or the Father's love. And it wasn't until I encountered that I realized how much I was missing. And my family got divorced when I was 3 and 4, and so I knew the pain of divorce, and I knew what it affected my life. And I think it was really a wake-up call to see Kathy in such a space of pain and desperation that it was a real wake-up call. And it was at that time that we connected with a new church that started to introduce us to things that I didn't even know existed. When I gave my life to the Lord and mentored by someone that thought that the charismatic movement was going to harm Christianity and really bring damage to the country. So I got saved and then mentored thinking that anything charismatic was dangerous for the faith or dangerous for you. So I came in with a real guarded heart, and as a trial attorney I'm taught to show how you're lying. And so I came in with a real skeptical mind saying, oh, you're just religious, oh, you're just acting, you're just creating some religious fervor. And it wasn't until I had a real encounter that I knew that it was God. We started going to Catch the Fire, and it was a new church plan, and about a month in, they had a weekend encounter. And we went off-site and spent the whole weekend learning, you know, hearing God's voice and being one with Christ and the Father heart and all this stuff. And remind you, I hadn't seen God TV or River Renewal conferences. I had no idea that when the power of God comes on you, you could actually have a manifestation. And so here we are at this weekend, and the power of God comes on me, and I end up landing on the floor. And it wasn't one of those things where everybody was supposed to be on the floor. It was just like JT on the floor. And I remember lying there going, oh, I hope a judge doesn't come in. I hope one of my clients doesn't come in because my reputation is ruined.
Right.
And I went home that night after I had that encounter, and I was like, Lord, I don't understand this, but if this is you, if this is really you, I want an explosion with the Holy Spirit. I wrote that in the journal. I didn't realize what I was praying, what I was asking, and He gives good gifts, but I didn't know.
Right.
And the next day, I had another encounter where not everyone in the room had an encounter, and I was lying on the floor again, just under the presence of God, and my flesh so wanted to leave, but my spirit wanted to stay. And at that time, the Lord is just ministering to me, and Duncan comes over, puts his hand on my chest, and says, JT, I want you to have an explosion with the Holy Spirit, which I did.
When JT started experiencing the Holy Spirit, it transformed our family because I felt free to actually drink from the well again in a deeper measure. And he just took off. He just flew with it. And I felt for the first time that our spiritual journeys were in tandem with each other. Like there was a focused vision, a focused heart, and just a renewal of our minds and our hearts with each other, with our children. We went through healing, which saved our marriage. We have 2 other children because of that healing week, you know, total of 4. So it's transformed our family, and we've been so transformed and blown away. To this day, anytime I hear messages on grace or mercy, I am just a puddle on the floor because of what the Lord has brought us through. Healing from depression and anxiety for me. I didn't know that was possible.
Out of our personal experience in transformation and in our heart transformation, in our corporate transformation, our family transformation. We wanted to bring that transformation and multiply it across the nation of the United States and the nations of the world.